Are we in? Yep, looks like it. We are in. Alright, good evening everyone. Hope you're all having a great night. It's in the middle of the week. Welcome to the Fauna, the biggest Dems fighting herds community for the Asia Pacific. Yes, it is me, the bread guy. How y'all doing? It's like everyone is kind of happy that the Fauna's come back. We kind of missed out a little bit last week. But you know, things happen. It's just how it is. So yes, as some of you may already know, my name is Gaijin, the Bread Eater, and I will be your commentator for tonight's tournament. So yeah, this is Fauna Wednesdays number 4. Don't mind the mistake. I'm very sorry for not updating the title on time. Unfortunately, in this case, the one on YouTube is not going to be corrected until we end the stream. However, it's supposed to be it still didn't update, did it not? Oh, come on. Did it still not update on Twitch? Is it still the lambs? Ah, shoot. Well, you know... Oh, it's updated. Okay, never mind. Alright, it's hard for me to see. But anyway, this is Fauna Wednesdays number 4. This is our bi-weekly tournament, which we hold, every Wednesday fortnightly. And today's one of those days. Supposedly it was last week, but don't worry about it. Anyway, this follows a standard double elimination format. All of the matches we'll be seeing tonight are first to 2s until we get to the finals, which will be first to 3s. That's not what I meant. Have you guys never heard of the word Fortnite? Like, as in the actual word Fortnite? It's like the phrase Among Us. Like every word, every phrase is cursed. Anyway, we have a total of 9 participants for this tournament. So if you want to see the bracket, all you have to do is type down ! bracket in the chat to get a viewing. I did that for you guys to see that. Fortnite is a bi-weekly, so just another way to say bi-weekly. That being said, we should get right on with our matches for tonight, shall we? Okay, let me just transition that. Oh no, OBS is working fine. That's exactly what's happening. Alright. So we are in... Is the game detecting this? Is my... Wait, can you hear the game? Is it just me? Okay, never mind. It's just quiet for some reason. Okay, so for our first match, we have Arna versus Ghosty. Both of these are actually are two of our newest players, or at least the two newest that are also active players. We have been having few members joining in the TFH Fauna server as of late. Since, whatchamacallit, I think it's mostly when the game kind of went on sale. Was it for Halloween? I think it went on sale. Yeah, Ghosty just legitimately joined a few days ago. And it seems like one of our members is having trouble getting in. Have you restarted the game? Okay. Looks like we have several members stuck on contacting server. So unfortunately, I think in this case we won't be able to use the Pixel lobby. So I think we shall be moving to classic lobby. I shall be messaging these two players to inform them of that. We do classic lobby. Give me a moment. Yeah. Perhaps they're having issues due to update. Make sure your games are updated, by the way, since that may be a factor. It was updated. It did earlier. Alright, well, in any case, we're running the classic lobby for now. Let me just... Wait, how do you make one? U. My button for it is U. As in, no U. Come on, thank you very much. I think this region doesn't really matter, but you know, I said it anyway. Okay, there we go. Ghosty Arnab. Yep, we're having maybe some weird connection-y thingies. It's probably I'm not sure if it has something to do with the update, but not everyone's having the issue, so I'm certain. Regardless, you can just run classic lobby. And then send the link to them. Yes, I just... Okay, looks like... Oh shoot, we're already getting started. Sorry, I was double checking if they were responding to the Discord. Apparently they didn't bother responding and just went on with the match. Okay, hold the phone. Okay. Alright, looks like everything is in order, so it's not gonna be much of an issue. There we go. Yes, this is definitely a baby fight. Baby in terms of that these two players are beginners. So Ghosty is a new Paprika player that we have. Also reigning from the Philippines, which means his Suji's protege is just, you know, pretty local. And I played a few games with Ghosty. She's pretty much shown good understanding of neutral somewhat, and it's definitely just all boys on experience. However, Arnab's also been working on this, and he's also been working on his execution. Arnab is an Arizona main, reigning from Malaysia, and obviously, keep in mind both of these players are pretty new, so they definitely might be doing some things that you may be surprised with. However, they definitely have ideas behind what they're doing, such as that, for instance, Ghosty going for the teleport seed. Trying to connect with T-shirt. Looks like Ghosty realized going for those T-shirts, and finally Arnab starts to open it up. Rather, find an opening with that. Now using a lot more Stomp Ace, and I think I pretty much like that idea of using Stomp Ace. A lot of beginners would tend to lean towards using Stomp C, being a heavier button, having a farther range, but keeping in mind that the startup time also have something you have to be mindful of. Alright, but Arnab takes the first round, and this was a pretty close round to start with. Oh, and look at that! Ghosty already pretty much using the concept of canceling card A into T-shirt. Pretty much one of the best one of the best ways to convert off of it. And at least in a safe manner. For Arnab is just not really afraid to go for grabs, but just casually moving backwards and just going for that rope. Catching Ghosty off guard. Headbutt into the corner, uses it twice, he already used a wall stick. Coming out of that, but anti-airs out. And catches Ghosty with it, not necessarily out of the air, but 6 Ages works. Oh, and a good frame trap by Arnab, securing him that round.
Mess with the cow, you get the horns. Arizona wins.
Let me update that score. Definitely, yeah. I like that Arnab's playing it a little bit more cautiously. Trying to focus more on using stomps and the lasso rather than being hyper aggressive. That's one of the hard things for new Arizona players to overcome as well. It's like, you have to have a good understanding of the range of your lassos and your stomps, because that's basically where Arizona's neutral revolves around. And, you know, it's very tempting to just run in and try to go for a 6B. Be a memer with with the Prairie's elbow, but it's not always just going to work out. So I think there's a good mindset that Arnab's working with. In any case, Ghosty does know how to do some punishes, so maybe we'll see her do something about those. What happened? We got disconnected from the match. Boyos and Girlios, are they in the middle of the fight? What happened? It's me too. Need an update from Ghosty. Okay. Run it back. Yes, ready again. Okay, we just somehow, for some reason, just... Oh no. Oh no, it's not running. Oh no! Wait! Oops! That's my fault. I accidentally exited the lobby, but look at that! What is that? Why is it stuck there? Do you see that? It's just stuck there. I can't do anything about it. It won't actually allow me to make a lobby. Oh, never mind. I just have to mash. This is, yeah. I think I'll have to restart the game. Sorry, folks. Slight delays. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I need. Did you try? Oh, come on, Jive. I'm about to try what you are suggesting. So, hold the phone. And TFH is taking a little bit of time. No, DC. Let me open new lobby. Please solve the 4D the router. Yeah, maybe that'll work too. But apparently it's not my connection. If it were my connection, you wouldn't be seeing this stream in the first place. So, you know, take that into consideration. And let me... It won't let me create a lobby. I'm mashing U right now. And there you go, it finally comes out. I don't know what exactly is the issue, but it's a little bit iffy, if I may be frank. I mean, the other players are also having trouble with the pixel lobby. Who knows? It might actually be a problem right now. I'm banned from making lobbies. Maybe it would seem so. Okay, Ghosty is in. We're just waiting for Arnav to hop on with us. By the way, while we're waiting for this to load up, it's taking quite a bit of time. I'd just like to mention to everyone that, if you don't know, we have a YouTube channel. We archive all of our events and tournaments right over there. So, if you want to check out what has happened previously and you haven't checked that out, because we, you know, Twitch deletes the VODs, we don't really save them, check that out on YouTube. Apparently that doesn't work. YT. Nightbot is dead. I've been pranked, guys. I'll just post the link myself. Alright, but we're hopping on in the fights anyway. Which is good. Yeah, I've been pranked. Nightbot is pranking me right now. Okay, and finally we are connecting to our match. I was saying earlier, I've seen Ghosty actually go for punishes. She does have quite the awareness as well on how to deal with these things. And that's actually pretty impressive considering that she's only been playing this game for about 2 days. So, yeah, see, already a good semblance of neutral here using 5V, trying to anti-air preemptively, at least to try to catch off the jump-ins. However, Arnav's not the type to just jump in on you, so... Unfortunately, it goes against the favor, but 2A into 6 card C. That's actually one of the ways to catch your opponent off guard. Now going for the stomp C. I like that Arnav's keeping in mind the spacing here as well. Going for that, presenting the lasso, and actually eventually baits out Ghosty into going for a teleport C. Pretty impressive there. Oh, the 5A wake up, very precise as well. It wasn't a mash, if you'd notice. Goes for the inversion right here. Keeps a corner, but just waits too long. But yet again, Ghosty unable to convert off of that 6A. Just gets chipped out by Arnav.
Mess with the cow, you get the horns.
Ghosty is around from getting sent to the loser's bracket. Will she allow that to happen? 5C round start, just max Arizona right into the face. Whiffs the grab, but goes for it yet again. And there you go, going for the Stomp A, immediately goes for the Stomp C as well for the conversion. Pretty risky, but it pays off. Backs off, and there you go, very good waiting by Arnav there, just finding small gaps in what Ghosty's doing. Unfortunately drops that lasso a bit, but just gets it on the head again anyway with a magic headbutt. go knockdown. Already has a full stack of magic. Keeps, goes to it to the corner, tries to do JC. But on a soft knockdown is really hard to time, as most especially if your opponents have to go for their wake up super. But it seems to be working favorably, unfortunately. Just no conversions yet again. And then just stomps right at the base. Arnab taking the second game. That's an 0-2.
Arizona wins.
Alright. Good fights, youngins. Alright. That goes the first set of the day. Or rather, first match for the day. I'll be calling on the next set of players. Let me see who they are. 42 and Electra. Is 42 around? He's an off. He is offline. But let's find out anyway. Are you here, 42? Electra is in. But we don't see 42 anywhere. Okay, if there is no response within a minute, I will proceed to the next match. And as we continue the next match, if the round goes without 42 still responding on the tournament chat, unfortunately I will have to do a disqualification here. Alright, we're just waiting a little bit for a minute. But, you know, while we're having a minute here, maybe you guys can also take the minute to follow the Fauna's Twitter. If Nightbot would not prank me again. There you go, thank you very much. Maybe you could take the time to follow the Fauna's Twitter account. It probably won't even take a minute of your time, because we do announce some of our events there. You don't always have to be on our Discord or always open Twitch when you're checking for events. I understand that we haven't been posting highlights or clips like when we started before. Fortunately, it's just quite hectic these days. Nevertheless, we will try our best to resume that, because that's definitely an idea we want to keep. It's just that it's a little bit hard to execute given our size. But keep an eye out for that. Anyway, it's been a minute and 42 hasn't come in yet. No response as well. Therefore, Electra, you will be waiting for a hot moment here as we move to our next match. So I would like to request Electra to leave the lobby, please. Let me message him. Okay, Electra, please. We move to next game. If he doesn't pop up, we DQ him, unfortunately. Alright, thank you very much. So for our next match, it will be between Hitsuji and Belly. Oh wait, sorry. Call the phone. Okay. Is your internet okay now? Yeah, 42 is indeed offline. Hello, don't one frame shit. I'm Gaijin. It'll take a little bit of time. Did I already transition? It looks like nope. I actually didn't. Hold the phone. And because of that, the screen is flooded. Great. Alright, so now we're just waiting on Suji and Belly. Where are they? Where is the Hitsuji? Hitsuji is online, but yeah, Suji's still say something for 18 minutes. Let me just set it up anyway. Belly Oleander and Hitsu. Please click the link. What is taking these players long? Hello, please. There we go. Wow, they came in at the same time too. Interesting. Like they planned this. There we go. Anyway, both of them are in right now. All we have to do is wait for them to get started. And just to talk a little bit of these players, obviously Hitsuji is basically one of our top players here in the Fauna. Undoubtedly the strongest Paprika player within the Fauna. Unless someone comes in to try to challenge that. Unfortunately, Feli Oleander won't be challenging that, as Feli Oleander is definitely an Oleander player. So we'll be seeing the match between these two. And speaking of Hitsuji, if you guys didn't know, I did a first to 50 with Hitsuji just last last Sunday. So when I say last Sunday, just the Sunday that had passed. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, we have a VOD for that. So maybe you guys want to check that out. Anyway, match is going to be starting very soon. Connecting. Okay, never mind. I guess maybe not too. Try that again. Please? Please? Oh no. Yeah, it's been 30 minutes and it's been interesting. Very thus far. So far. The ping of these two players, however, are looking pretty good. So I'm not exactly certain what the cause of the issue is, if I may be frank. But anyway, it seems like they're running for it again. Look, it's not even loaded. It's not showing me the countdown timer. Both of them are already set onto ready, but it's not giving me the countdown timer. What is happening? There you go, it's just skipping numbers, I guess. I think we're kind of like desynced or something. This is actually quite a pickle, but yeesh. I'm starting to think there are some issues with the lobby. Because this is pretty peculiar. I don't think I've seen this kind of loading before. I mean, this amount of loading time taking, stuff like that.
Well, I like her.
Alright, but it looks like we are in? I would like to assume we are in. Yep, and here we go. The fight actually goes. And it doesn't seem like there's any issues right now. So anyway, Tsuji definitely taking out this start here and already setting up the fruit there. This is one of the ways that Paprika goes for the offense. Just, or rather, maintains the pressure. The use of the fruit, keeping in the corner, basically disabling your A buttons. Like, one of the buttons you'd really like to press is a swift attack. However, Feli Oleander finds a way to deal with that. And that's just not to press an A button. They instead just went for the 2B and actually worked against Tsuji. Tsuji going for a short hop. And there you go, even calls out the t-shirt stagger. Feli going pretty well, but that's a very risky teleport, see? And it works out. It's something you normally shouldn't be going for, but Feli Oleander has found a way to do it. And good blocks by Feli, good patience, but unfortunately unable to punish the t-shirt altogether and gets grabbed by Tsuji. A reset attempt, but no tech at all. JC and gets staggered right into the air, but what a good JP, but try to mash us out, and there you go. As I've been saying, that's one of the things you'll have to keep an eye out when you're fighting against Paprika. The fruit basically disabling your A button, because once you press that A button, the fruit is underneath you. You just eat, and then, you know, you're in a counter hit state. You can't do shit. You get hit, you die, basically. And what a punish there by Sushi. Actually, I'm not sure if that was a punish per se. However, it was a good time to press that 5B. Just in the proper range there. Good backdash, baiting that 6B. And calls out even that 6C attempt by Feli. But Feli just disengages, unfortunately. Ends with the launcher. And Hitsuji's going to capitalize on that. Drops a combo, unfortunately. And Feli just standing there. Just playing extremely patiently, maybe keeping an eye out, but Suji decides to just go for the aggression here. Not really afraid to go in because he has all that meter, going for the cross canter, and ends that fight. Okay, so yes, definitely Itsuji is capitalizing on fruit. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do as Paprika, and it's pretty much already caught Feli once. Feli does know a way to circumvent that again, but you have to just really be mindful, keep an eye out, because as soon as you press that A button underneath the fruit, who knows, maybe Hitsuji will let you get away with it. Just not being prepared for it. It does happen. Generally, you want to disengage. Very tempting to also go for a lot of push blocks once you're pressured into that corner like that, or even go for a tech roll once you've been knocked down. But that's actually an ample time for Paprika to just really catch you, because if you're too desperate in escaping the fruit, or the vegetable, I guess, because broccolis are not fruits. But if you're too desperate in escaping that, it also opens up more avenues for Paprika to open you up, like catching your tech roll with a grab, maybe mixing you by jumping in, or maybe just doing a command grab even. You're going for the low immediately, catching you off of the corner. So there's the art of practicing playing a character without pressing A. That is extremely, extremely hard, as A button, I'd say, is very essential for every character in this game. Keep in mind though that when you're doing specials, the A button doesn't force you to eat the fruit. It's just that when you're doing command normals, or basically normals, whether you're standing or crouching, that's when you go for that's when your character will prioritize eating the fruit rather than going for any form of attack. So, like, for instance, if you're Tianhuo, there's a fruit underneath you, you want to go for an A button for some reason, you just want to do Ash. The fruit's not going to stop you. Unfortunately, we got disconnected again. I'm not sure why this is happening, but it is what it is. I think we'll resume to the Pixel Lobby again. We'll give the Pixel Lobby a try again after a shot of this. If this doesn't work, or whether this works or not, the next start of a fight will be held in the Pixel Lobby. As I always say, you can do specials. You can do specials underneath fruit. It doesn't matter if you're doing an A button with it. You know, while I'm at it, just wondering, guys, if is my voice clear, because I actually don't know how I sound like. Add a fire ambience video, maybe make that a bit more intriguing. Who knows? In any case, looks like the players have switched sides, so let me just switch that as well. Alright, Suji just opts on right in with a card A, goes for a reset, because that's the nastiest thing that Paprika does. And there you go yet again. Fruit setup. The pressure right into the corner. And yet again, just Go for non-stop resets, but just a 2C finally from Felly and an Oki to J2C even. That's very painful, but I think would have been much more painful had Felly been able to convert off of that. And because Felly had stopped their combo, Tsuji just basically took the turn back and just jumps on right in. Tsuji taking the first round real quick. And yet again, here we go, the resets, but Felly finally blocking the JC this time, and jabs out, catches Tsuji, but yet again an unfortunate drop. What a good range to press a button there. But so does Tsuji go for that cart B. Quite risky. It pays off a lot. Drops the flop, but gets the grab. And now Felly is the one dropping onto the ground at this point. There you go. Yet again, very quick rounds. Like, the amount of time we spent waiting for this game to start,
Paprika wins.
this was basically like 1/3 of that. Great job by Tsuji anyway. Alright, we're going to try the Pixel Lobby because this is painful. But you know, again, if the Pixel Lobby doesn't work, we go back to Classic Lobby. That's just how it goes. But I really think the servers are having some issues because look at this. Look at this loading time. Why is it taking so long? It's happening to me and it's been happening to the other players as well. Refreshing just to see. And see, even refreshing like this shouldn't be taking this long. It does. It's like an amusement park, queue in for 30 minutes for a 2-minute ride. Yeah. It's also like queuing up for a League of Legends game. Oh yeah, looks like the servers are indeed having issues. Because look at that. It's taking so long. Let's try the official server. I mean, the classic lobby... I don't know. Nah, they're already in. I'm just gonna go into Asian lobby anyway. Maybe I shouldn't have cancelled it. Now it's probably reset the connection time. Oh, that's not them. That's you and Key. Well, shoot then. Wait. The next match is... Wait, I haven't made an... Sorry, let me take a quick look. Yeah, the next match is Keaton's and Kama. So we actually need Kama Rider. Let's see if it connects fast to the official server. It doesn't. It also takes a long time to connect to the official server. I think the server side, like maybe with the Steam servers, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what's causing this, but this is definitely unusual. Yep. Alright, I suppose we have no choice but to stick to Classic Lobby. There is definitely some connection issues happening. Yeah, see, even if I mash to create lobby, it just takes eons. It just won't allow me. Alright, well, I'm gonna ping the 2 players. Actually, I'm pinging participants. We're doing it all on Classic Lobby. Looks like there are issues on the servers or something. But yes, really. Yeah, it's really taking long. And that is abnormal. Make a TFH tournament played through chess. I surely everyone can connect to free online chess. Yeah. Pretty sure that would work, yeah. You could do chess online. Also, I forgot to change the scene again. I am very sorry. Okay. We have Kama Rider and Keaton's in. Alright, yeah, both of them are in. And see, yet again, it just really takes long while. So yeah, this is definitely server side, because if it always keeps happening like this, then, Can't be helped. Can't be helped, guys. No, it's not on me. It's not on my side. It's definitely the server side because even the other players are having trouble connecting to the lobbies. And if it's on my end, then it should just disconnect me. So this is server side. No, it's not Asia. It's just generally the TFH servers aren't running well. Because it's not just me. Like the other players are also having trouble connecting to the lobby.
How dare you outfloof me, you marshmallow!
In any case, here we are. We have the players in right now. Kama Rider versus Cadence. Oh boy. I wonder how many times we've seen this fight or this kind of matchup within the Fauna. Velvet versus Paprika. I think Cadence might actually be getting sick of this somewhat. However, they will just have to deal with this as Kama tries to zone them out. But Kama is getting schmicked somewhat there. But Kama just knows when to press buttons as well. Catches Cadence with the 5C. Not really the 5C in itself, but takes a turn with it. And Cadence is just unable to block those Chatter Cs. And look at this, Cadence is very low right now, but Kama is just patiently waiting there by the corner, willing. Jumps override it, but so does Cadence, and the JB catching Kama may allow Cadence to take the round back. Flop right now, there's a soft knockdown, but Kama just disengages, and Cadence unable to catch the tech. Was expecting a forward tech roll. It was the other way around. Kama willing to hug the corner for the time being. Cross canter, and blocks that, but just cancel it into a super. I think Kama may have been able to punish that better had he not gone for a cross cant, for a push block and a 5C. And with this, Cadence snatches the kill there. Kama getting caught after that tech roll with a 2A. If Paprika's 2A can reach, deceivingly it's actually not too short. So yeah, that 2A can actually reach pretty well. However, keeping in mind that is Paprika's only low, unless she goes for like a cinnamon roll or basket first. At the same time though, Velvet doesn't really have an option as a low here, so Cadence just patiently crouch blocking everything here, waiting for the freeze to go out, and so it does go. Oh, but finally teleports in. Withdraws a combo somehow. Double JB working out this for Cadence here. Up right in, tries to catch tech roll yet again, but Kama just is finding the right right calls with his rolls, and Cadence unable to guess them. But it's not going to matter much if Cadence is always able to get in on Kama right here. And there you go, Cadence closing it up. Takes game number 1. And there's definitely a bit of lag having to catch up on those games. Hopefully we'll be having less of that as we proceed. Okay.
How dare you outfloof me, you marshmallow!
Alright, here we are. Game number 2. Yeah, it really does just take loads a while, but once we get into the game, it seems to be working fine, and there you go. Just a random flop in front, and I'm not sure if that is a pretty good call to do, as generally Velvet doesn't really want to jump on you, so going for belly flop is, I'd say ill-advised, but perhaps Cadence was expecting something from Kama right there. But in this case, Kama is the one not expecting anything from that teleport. But with a backdash 5C, Cadence will be kept away for the time being. Unable to really catch Kama right there. Yet again, the teleport B, and this time Kama getting caught. But the mash out! And Cadence actually is the one caught off guard this time. Drops it from the Shatter B, but just continues to disengage into 6A. Actually, hitting Cadence on the ground. Takes the first round.
Round 2. Fight.
All patience there by Kama, but the moment that he pressed 5C wasn't the best moment. I'm gonna go for a command grab in the midstream. Probably isn't going to work out. This level 2 may work out, however. Kama just opts out to, instead of using the throw pressure, which I think a lot of Velvet players would be going a lot for these days. Like after freeze, the threat of throw can actually be pretty scary against Velvet, as one thing is there's already this bug ongoing where the 50-50s untechable grabs. But other than that, she can bait out the throws, and because if you're in freeze, you can just really get hurt there because your recovery is much longer in freeze time, so you have to be very cautious there. But Kama seems to be the type who decides to go for safer options and just goes for a chip out instead. Perhaps he may want to reconsider that as he's just lost that round. There you go, the 5C counter hit. No confirm after that, unfortunately, but it's zone out and tries to mash 2A, but Cadence just goes for the 5A and catches here. This time, 2A. Cross counter by Kama. Oh, the counter 2C! Basically, with punishing that 2C with her own, with their own 2C. Kama's really low right now. It's pretty bad. Cancel from the TK, but that's not going to connect. Teleport C, however, is going to connect, and there you have it. Something that you should be careful and keep an eye out for. As Velvet, if you want to cover that teleport C, like one of the easy ways to cover that, like without really thinking or responding to it, is by throwing out the 2D, basically covering that space above you, so that it just hits Paprika as soon as she does teleport C. So that's one of the ways you can deal with it as Velvet. Alright, and unfortunately, we will still be delayed because some of our players haven't finished their games yet. So let me check again our bracket and see who we can proceed with first. Hold the phone. Smash. Like, I understand the loading that's been happening on the streams really slow. However, if you are able to run your games, please run your games as soon as possible, as we do not want to meet these unnecessary delays if we can avoid them. Alright, so since Jive and Arnab still haven't fought each other, we will be seeing the fight between Hitsuji and Cadence straight away, unfortunately. So no break for Cadence. Okay. Oh wait, are they ready? Okay, looks like they are. They should be posting the score report then. If that's the case. There you go. So, alright, Jive is the one advancing. Okay, I think we can move to Jive versus Electra instead then. Since 42 hasn't shown up, unfortunately, Electra will be advancing in this case. So, Jive and Electra. Right, yes, this is unfortunately unnecessary delays we'll have to deal with. But that's just how it is, because laggy stuff is happening. Alright, Jive and Electra are both in. And both players have readied up. We're just going to see how this works out. It's an Oleander versus Velvet here. So, Jive, basically a top Oleander player in Asia. And Electra, one of our startup Velvet players from India. And we'll be seeing how Electra actually does in this matchup. Generally, a lot of people consider this matchup favorable for Velvet. But as the time goes, players have a greater understanding of the matchup. And we'll be seeing how both of these players are able to respond to their actions. Jive, as far as I'm concerned, has definitely studied this matchup intensively. So Electra may have to watch out for this one. However, one of Electra's fighting partners is actually Finnick. Another Oleander player, and also from India. Oh, however, Jive is actually going to be going for Shanti in this case. Actually, maybe the other way around this time. I'm not sure what the consensus of this is, but I would say that Shanti actually has a great way of dealing with Velvet due to her kit here. Yeah, the sound for some reason just died, and it won't detect it for some reason. I'm hearing the game, but you guys are not. Alright, but yeah, just the amount of damage that... oh, what's happened there? Yeah, just the amount of damage that Shanti can do here can just be kind of devastating. Alright, and there you go. See, just... The thing is, Shanti's kit just revolves around evading a lot of things here. So in this case, like, with Velvet, with the amount of projectiles that she does, and the thing is, like, Shanti's kit is just all about being projectile invul. It's really, really hectic for Velvet. Alright, and Jive takes the first game. Alright, so I understand the sound is currently not audible. So let me try to find a way to deal with that. And it should be audible right now. If for some reason it wouldn't detect it, and I kept checking the sound source, and it's correct. All I had to do was restart it, I guess, and now it's working. One of the things that definitely can be tricky about Shanti is, first and foremost, she does have a lot of mix-up options. However, they usually end up unsafe. So, if you have a good understanding of what your opponent likes to go for mix-ups, as with the Shanti, once their mix actually occurs, is usually when you are able to punish Shanti. So, for instance, say the bulkhead. The bulkhead one's block is punishable. If she tries to mix that bulkhead with a magic cancel, basically going to stance and then say going for a run A, also punishable. There may be ranges where run B, for instance, is unpunishable. It's basically hard to execute. Cutlass is also punishable on block. And
what are you supposed to be?
also her Helm Breaker. So basically, like, a lot of the mix-up options that Shanti has ends up with her being in a precarious spot after block. So that's basically the problem that Shanti has to deal with. But because of the number of mix-up options that she has, it is really hard to deal with, like, especially for beginners, players who are not too familiar. And also, like, there's also this player matchup thing. You have to keep an eye on, like, what your opponent's habits are. So that's where Shanti would excel at. And the thing is, like, what Shanti could also make up for that is the amount of damage he does. Like, look at that Cutlass C, and this combo, it's really relatively short if you look at it, but it's already pretty much done suffice damage to Electra. And Jive even had a great hard knockdown OP there. It's just that good that Electra found a way to deal with that and covering the space like that, not allowing Jive to get in.
Not worth the effort. Round 2. Fight.
Yes, this is what Shanty excels in. And look at that. The 2B is also one of Shanty's really good buttons. Not only slides her forward in, but it puts her low profile. Actually also allowing to evade, not necessarily projectile involved, but it actually allows her to evade Velvet's, whatchamacall this? Some of Velvet's projectiles, maybe even Oleander's projectiles. Most especially if they're the ones that are TK. But yes, this is where Shanty excels, just really finding ways to get in. But it's just generally that she also needs to face a lot of risks within it. Look at that. The reward she gets once she's able to get in is pretty significant.
Final round.
We are round 3. This is match point for Jive. Tries to go for a Cutlass B immediately, but this time Electra just denies that completely. Another Cutlass, and here's the thing. If Shanty has meter, she can actually go for a frame trap like that, as just what Jive demonstrated. He could have gone for a cancel to level 2 there too as well, like even continuing the combo, maybe putting a corner pressure. But Jive just opts out to get that hard knockdown instead, preserving that meter, which is also another strategy, or just another way to play Shanty. Just having that presence of the meter is also very beneficial for Shanty. And look at that, however, it's not going to be as beneficial if you'll be losing your life. And in this way, Jive may actually lose his life in the process. Electra wasn't able to punish that.
Was it good for you too?
But
Velvet wins.
finds a way to deal with Jive anyway and just going for the chip out. Yeah, I'm really sorry. For some reason, the audio keeps dying. I will be dealing with that, trying to check out what's happening behind that. That's probably on my side because I actually tried to fiddle a little bit with the audio settings for this stream. Probably dying because of that, but I'll check that out once we go on a break. But currently we're 1-1. And we'll be having one more match after this, which will be the match between Keatons and Hitsuchi. Before we go on a short break. And once we go on that short break, I will be making sure this audio issue is not going to be a concern. Anyway, we are now 1 point each. And looks like Electra is somewhat adapting to Jive's approach here with his Shanty. Perhaps Jive may want to now reconsider his offense, maybe opting to go for more damage, continue the combo even down the line rather than going for quick knockdowns. Or maybe just switch to Oleander. That is something we haven't considered as well. So yes, this is what Jive can do about the situation. Here we go. Now, FYI to our viewers who are unfamiliar with Jive. Jive is an Oleander main. I think I mentioned this earlier before, expecting him to play Oleander to start. But Jive is definitely one of the top Oleander players in Asia. So, Electra is definitely keeping an eye out for that, because looks like he is definitely having trouble dealing with this. And look at that, the spacing that Jive goes for at YB and just continues that with the chapter trap. Yet again, taking that space, but good decision there by Electra to go for the DP and actually catches him with that JC. Sending him away. But Jive knows how to get in. And that's not going to be a problem for him. Even ending with a 2-2D. Now, that's one thing very good for Oleander is if you're able to finish up your opponent, go for the killing blow, or squeeze in one of your magic attacks in your string, in your combo, before finishing off your opponent, you can actually steal a little bit of meter there, and that's going to be very beneficial for you, because one of Oleander's main winning conditions is actually bringing out Fred, and I think Jive may actually be going for that here. The 6B, and there you go, chapter trap, and I think we're going to be seeing Fred right here. And there you go, there he comes. And actually, Electra's already extremely low here, maybe dying as soon. Double jump, evades that DP, and there's the punish.
Logical outcome, really.
That was perfect.
There you go. Guy just absolutely dominating that with his Oleander. That is 2-1. Alright. So occasionally the sound still dies, I presume, according to stream. You know what? While we're waiting for the two players to hop on, I might as well try to fix it. But I'm going to be pinging the two players right now. Maybe I should fix it while we're here anyway. Alright, that should be working now. I mean, rather, this should be more consistent now. But, we'll only find out. You guys tell me later if it still dies down. But, I pretty much rewired everything to how it was before. And hopefully it wouldn't disconnect right now. But anyway, we're going to be seeing Hitsuji versus Cadence. This is Paprika Mirror, basically. And Paprika Mirror, both of these players are veterans. So we're going to be seeing how these two play it out a bit. Let's see here. Hitsuji's player 1, player Cadence. Alright, yeah. Definitely a Paprika Mirror. It's quite rare to see mirrors, I'd say, within the Fauna. I mean, obviously due to, you know, just how few we are. But I guess, you know, the mirrors that we do see are, say for instance, Paprika mirrors, like in this case. We do see Tianhu mirrors, because Tail Nick, me, Gift Bait, we have these players. But it seems to be never rare when it's between Cadence and Hitsuji, as stated by Kamo Rider here. That is indeed a Fauna staple. And we're going to be seeing who between these two will be rising it out. Hitsuji seems to be having a connection issue because I don't see his ping and jitter yet. So, a little bit of a pickle here. Oh yeah, hold on. Seems to be a message. Can't join the lobby somehow. Okay. Yeah, I really think this is client side. Not client side. This is server side. This is because it's too. How do I put this? It's too much of a coincidence if we're just having connection issues individually. I think it's too much of a coincidence. So I'll remake the room. Yeah, I think this may have something to do with the newest update. I don't know what to report about this though. Like, what do I say? Like, the connecting to the lobby stinks. That's all. But there's definitely some server issues here. I am confident that it's with the servers right now. May have something to do with the latest update. And unfortunately, yes, this is going to be affecting the flow of our games for tonight. So, I would like to emphasize to everyone participating in the tournament, especially the ones that are going for off-stream games, to get to your games as soon as possible, because you might be experiencing some delays due to client-side issue. And see, look at this! I'm stuck! I'm basically stuck! I can't press anything. I have to restart the game. Yes, this is client side. I'm pretty sure. Rather server side. What am I saying? Not client side. Server side. Too much of a coincidence. So how's everyone doing? Hope y'all are having a great night. It's already an hour and we're not even in the top 4 yet. Well, we're soon going to be getting there. We're just one game away before we get into the top 4. Okay, this is final load. Yep, there we go. We are right back in. It's faster for us to travel to our opponent's house and play locally. No, why don't we just do that? And look at that! See, like the amount of time that it took to load up my Steam picture. I think it's just Steam having issues. Period. And there you go, I can't create the lobby again. We might as well turn this into a chess tournament, and maybe it would be faster. Check Discord. Created the lobby. I'm about to create the lobby. Let's just see here. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. I'll try joining your lobby. I wonder if it's going to take it well, even though. Hi, okay, give me a hot minute. But definitely the new either it's Steam or just the new updates causing this. Definitely not player side, that's for sure. Okay. Alright. So, anyway, for some of our viewers who are just still catching up or, you know, maybe came in late, do want to mention that there seems to be some server issues. So we're having a little bit of a delay with the progress or the flow of our tournament. But right now we're having the Fauna Wednesdays number 4. This is our 4th bi-weekly tournament ever since we revamped it into a bi-weekly. This is the Fauna's bi-weekly tournament held on Wednesdays. Hence, you know, Fauna Wednesdays. Wow, very smart. But yeah, this and basically we also do a little bit of a ranking system here, just a bit of an elo base. This is also how we try to where we base off the seeding that we do for our tournaments. So obviously if you haven't participated in a tournament yet, you'll be considered like a new player. So basically bottom seed until there will be a reflection on your performances in the matches. If you want to see how that goes, actually, we have a power ranking there. You can view that yourself. This is for public viewing. Again, the purpose of this is basically just to see the level of the players, and that's how we based our seeding. Now, I had trouble and I couldn't connect to the lobby. That is a bit of a pickle. What is happening to our servers? To the servers. Can someone report this to the official TFH? And you know what? Yeah, it still won't allow me. What is this? Just what is going on? Yeah, but just okay, yeah. So on their side it shows that I already joined in, but I can't. So there is definitely some trouble brewing, and yeah, I can't even make a lobby. It won't allow me. I'm mashing U. It won't allow me to make a lobby. You know what? Maybe a pixel lobby will work out again. Nope, it's refreshing. It's taking eternity. Oh boy! Just as soon as we're finally able to run a tournament. There are server issues. It's a lovely time. The room needs to be recreated. Yeah, we figured that part out. The problem is getting the room created. Won't even allow me to make the room. This takes an eternity to load. And if I try to hop in, if it does load, I get stuck here in contacting server for God knows how long. Yeah. This is definitely affecting the flow of the tournament. It's hard to deal with. What is even happening there? What was that jitter load for a split second? It won't. It just won't. It just won't allow. Let me try hopping on Jive's lobby again. It just won't. It won't. It won't allow me. It just won't allow me. Jive's trying to get in the Pixel lobby, and I think it won't allow him either. Okay. I am trying to create lobby, and I'm mashing U right now. I don't know if you can hear me pressing it, but it's not working. And no, obviously this is not a keyboard issue, because it gives me that. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it just really won't. It just won't allow us to make a room. Try joining an official server. I tried it earlier. It just also wouldn't. Like, even just here in the Pixel lobby, browse servers section is already taking an eternity to load. This is definitely some server issues. That's what we've been trying earlier. We've tried these solutions you're mentioning. Official server, joining someone else's classic lobby, which showed me earlier failed to connect. And yeah. You want to see what's happening on the Discord right now? You can join ahead and join our Discord server, and you'll be seeing there the meltdown that's happening. And now no Steam happened on Arnav's end. Maybe this is not TFH. Maybe this is just Steam in itself. I'm starting to think, yeah, this is maybe even Steam side. Okay. So maybe you guys would like to become famous instead. Alright. Well, anyway, I think while we're trying to find out a way to set up a lobby, I think it would be to everyone's best interest to get on the break early. We'll be doing the break right now. And we'll come back in 5 minutes, and then we'll be checking if everything's okay, and we'll pick up from there. We'll see how is everything ongoing. I think this is a prime time for us to go on a break and try to test out everything in the background. So, you guys, don't go away, because we'll definitely be right back. No way we're leaving this to die. But for now, we might have. Alright, for 5 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Wait, hold on. This thing is not even moving. There you go. Finally, it's moving. Okay, so yeah, I'm back. And actually, we finally got into a lobby. So we're hoping it's finally working out. We're going to be skipping any breaks from then on so that we can proceed with the fights. But we'll see how this works out. So we finally have gotten into the lobby. I'm not sure if it's still stable. It did take a while still for me to load in. So I'm a little bit unsure. But we'll find out. Anyway, Hitsuji versus Cadence, hopefully. And can we try to get started? Yes. Thanks, Arnav. Hitsuji, Cadence, and we get started. Okay, never mind. I couldn't see that they were ready as I was typing on the Discord. We haven't gotten the single game started yet, right? Like, so it's still 0-0. Just making sure. I'm losing track of stuff because of the issues that's been happening. But looks like, yeah, the game's finally loading out. That was definitely a giant hiccup there, but hopefully everything's going to be running smoothly from now on. And speaking of smoothly, yeah, looks like the connection is also running smooth between these two, and also that slick run-in by Itsuji with a Cardian cancel to T-shirt. Tries to go for the reset, but this one's not going to be working in Cadence. Worked quite a bit against Feli, but Cadence just is trying to get rid of Suji as much as possible, but that card B is just going to get punished. Look at this. One thing I notice a lot with Cadence' way of playing neutral is doing a lot of short hops, a lot of jumping, and it can be tricky to deal with because Paprika does have a pretty good jumping normals. That JA being multi-hit, JB having a huge hitbox, and that JC also gigantic multi-hit, and it really is very active. It's very hard to challenge as well. So perhaps it can be working out pretty well for Cadence here. Already has Suji quite on the low health, but because of that multiple push block attempts, that JC is actually going to be able to find its way in. That is so janky. Look at that. Now Cadence is the one getting low into the corner, level 1. Suji is going for the kill here. Going for the level 2. And basket first right in there, flop. And unfortunately the last hit of the flop's not going to connect, but that one is going to chip him out. Cadence, Suji takes the first round. Had Cadence instant block that one, Suji would have been in trouble. Okay, it looks like Cadence turn right here, going for the corner carry, but no fruit setup whatsoever. Cadence, I've noticed that actually Cadence playstyle doesn't really make use of the fruit so much. Often noticing that Cadence only really throws out fruits in neutral, like he's trying to contest, like going for cinnamon rolls. Suji's the type to just throw that out as a part of his offense and pressure. And I think a lot of Paprika players also been doing that. And look at this, actually, I think this is going to kill. Cancel that flop into a super, and there you have it. Suji takes game number 1.
Player 2 wins.
Alright. I should be transferring this. Alright, okay, looks like they've readied up. Excuse me. Yeah, basically, Itsuji is Fauna's idol. I'm very sorry, that was slightly rude of me to do that on a commentator stream.
Fight.
But maybe we're going to be some rude movements here by Hitsuji because he's definitely one of the players to try to go for something like that, like a card C in neutral just like that. I think that's pretty rude. And Cadence does so think as well. Pushing Suji into the corner, but unfortunately, Suji just runs way out of there and Cadence is just unable to call it out completely. There you go, puts out Flower Pot. That is going to be an essential part of pressure. Just Cadence having trouble to deal with the mix-up there. But this time just Tex rolls out and mashes. And Cadence will be using that fruit to their favor. And Suji's the one's going to be dealing with his own fruit, but finds the opening there. The good push block by Hitsuji. 5B, punishing Cadence off of the bottom press. And look at that. Good footsies. Going for the kill here. There you go. Wow, that flop just does a lot of damage. I should change scene. That's a good point. Thank you very much for raising that.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, and there you go. Suji tries to go for a preemptive push block right there, but Eden just hops over right him. Gets the grab on Suji. Oh, but the teleport C call out, that's one of the wake-up options that Paprika can definitely do if you're not very careful on your Oki. Like recklessly throwing your 2As, for instance. It goes really fast when Paprika is on in the corner. Oh, it tries to flop the chip out Cadence, but oh no! But maybe shouldn't have push block there, but nevertheless that push block by Cadence instead, and putting Suji in a spot where he's not really expecting that card C. The flop, not I being the second one, but look at this, what is this madness? Suji just waiting it out and getting the kill on Cadence right over there. Okay.
Player 2 wins.
Alright, there goes that game between Cadence and Hitsuji. But unfortunately, we'll have to keep proceeding here. It's kind of hectic, and it's gonna be slightly stressful. But we have to get going, and Suji will have to get on with the next game immediately on stream. Jive versus Hitsuji on the winner's final. This will be a first of 3. Where's that link? Alright, I have the link here. Sorry. Let me... There you go. Hitsuji and Jive are right in. Let me change the scene real quick just to get rid of the scoreboard for a hot minute. There you go. This is a first of 3 because we are already at winner's final. Later, we'll be getting back to first of 2 once we move back to the loser semi. Oh. Okay, now what's going on? Suji is the one having a bit of an issue. Seeing that Suji hasn't loaded yet. There we go, finally load out by Suji, but look at that! Beating the 7600 ping. Finally hitting it with a twice 1400 ping. There you go, Suji going for world records, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, well, looks like we'll be waiting again for Hitsuji here for a bit. Suji Wi-Fi. Don't worry, this is tradition. Everyone to Fauna has dealt with this. You've once gone into 1600. Oh my, I'm actually wanting to see what's the world record for the highest ping.
on them's fighting herds. Maybe that's something to be proud of. Anyhow, looks like Suji's back, going for a little bit of a more modest number of 999. Nah, I'm just joshing. Looks like the ping is not much stabler now. Hopefully. And once both players are on the go, we can get within our match. So yes, I did hear that 9999 ping is unplayable, but I heard that 9998 maybe possible. It's all about the persistence and perseverance. But it looks like we're stuck yet again. I'm not sure if it's a lobby issue again, or maybe this is Itsuji who is having the issue. Oh no. Oh no. We've lost Itsuji yet again. We're in for a long day, folks. It's a wonderful hump day that we're having right here. Wednesday is the middle of the week. We're already struggling with TFH, and oh boy, we still have Thursday and Friday to come. You guys have work tomorrow, or like maybe later for our folks who are from the West. I believe like for most people in the West right now, it's gonna be like 7:30 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., around those hours right now. So hopefully you're not watching this at school, because kids, go back to your studying. And whoop-de-doo, actually we finally got in, so here we go. Or are we whoop-de-doo? Is it actually going in? Yes, we are. I think.
You will surrender now.
Yeah, I'm thinking plan A is off the table.
Okay. Brilliant.
Fight.
Yep, and it looks like we are in indeed. So Jai versus Itsuji, here we go. I am thinking that there is still a slight... There is... Not really slight, maybe slight is an understatement, but there's definitely a connection issue between these two, based on how they're moving around. Nevertheless, Jive is the one going in for the combos right here. Dashes right in, catches that backdash with a dash in 5A, but opts are out for an epilogue here. Something that actually Jive normally wouldn't be going for too often, as I think you would be having a lot more pressure as Oleander if you're able to use that magic in your offense, rather than just setting up an epilogue playing too defensively, which doesn't really match Jive's playstyle. Nevertheless, Suji takes his turn, now having Jive slightly by the corner and flashing 5A, and kicks us off of the game, and Suji just vanishes off of the face of the earth. Okay, Suji realizes that there is major connection issue, so he'll be removing himself off of the tournament so that he won't, nobody will have to deal with this. It's quite an unfortunate turn of events, given how a lot of stuff have been going terribly already, but it is what it is. So I wonder what's happened between the fight between Keatons and Arnab. Do we have a score update on that? Yes, we have. Actually, let me show everyone what's happening in the brackets. Now, hold on. Let me refresh it on my end first, before I get to showing you guys what is happening down there. Okay. It's a little bit of a mess. That's kindly putting it, if I'm honest. But we'll just have to make do. And oh wait, it's still not appearing. Hold the phone.
There you go. So see, this is the bracket right now. Unfortunately, Tsuji's having major connection issues, so he just opts to bounce out of the tournament. Okay, finally, we've updated from the losers bracket, and we are going to be seeing Kama versus Cadence. This will be a first to two, and we will unfortunately have to be skipping losers final. In this case, whomever wins between Cadence and Kama will be facing Jive in the grand final. But this is rough for them because the loser semi is the first to two, and then immediately hopping into the grand final at first to three, trying to gun for that reset. In any case, let's invite these two players in. Where's my lobby? Cadence and Cobb. First to two. Yeah, it's kind of like technically our losers final, except we have to play it like a loser semi because, well, this is actually supposed to be the loser semi. It's just that unfortunately Tsuji had to bounce. So losers final is basically skip. All right. Anyway, we should hop on right in, and both players are already loading up. And hopefully it's going to run smoothly, unlike what transpired earlier.
Get in line. Round one.
Paprika versus... Oh my, it's actually basically a run back. If you think about it, it's basically a run back. We've already seen this match earlier today. It was basically our third match. We're going to be seeing them again. Loser semi in a first two. Actually, that match did end up as a 2-0 in favor of in favor of Cadence. So Cadence was the one who sent Kama Rider to the losers bracket. However, I wouldn't really say it was quite dominating, as Kama was actually doing pretty well. Like, for instance, that blocking that teleport C in the air. Unfortunately, just not able to do a full conversion of a punish from that. But you may be able to freeze Cadence beyond level 2. No, the stream didn't freeze. I froze. Just me itself that froze because the game froze as well. But anyway, looks like Cadence has a pressure on Kama right here, going for the level 1, getting the hard knockdown kit. Kama, is it a DP? No, just a win away, pushes Cadence away, but they just come back right in with that teleport C. Kama Rider. Round off. However, has 3 bars a meter to spend here. May actually go for that level 2 quite immediately as soon as he gets his confirm. Completely zoning out Cadence there. Gatses with a shattered A, but Cadence yet again just hopping right on in with a teleport C. These are paying off for Cadence. But Kama Rider just X rolls out, and it's just like, fudge it. I'm going to be freezing you right now, and freaking dare to teleport C on me this time. And Cadence might be trying to do that as soon as they drop, but seeing that hit, I think that was definitely an attempt. Goes for a tele B this time. A little bit of a safer option in comparison to teleport C, but look at that JP resetting Kama. That was a blue B combo. But Kama just goes for 5C, always on wake up, and always snags Cadence with that really, really good hit. Resets the pressure, backs off away, but no punish on that belly flop. Wasn't sure why the belly flop, but who knows. Supers right off, and Supers in response, but on the wrong side, and actually gets hit by that super. Now both are in equal round, equal wins right here. We're in a round number 3, the Shatter V round star. What an Kama Rider is pretty notorious for going for that Shatter V round starts. They just sometimes work, and in this case, it just did. Unfortunately, the thing that I don't really want to comment about Shatter V, like for our folks watching here who want to try out Velvet, maybe unfamiliar how to play Velvet,
If you want to go for a round start call out, I wouldn't really go for a Shatter B. Maybe you want to go for a 6A if you really want to hit someone jumping at you. Maybe just 5A is a bit of a safer option because you can't really convert off of Shatter B unless you have meter to expend. In any case, Kamen Rider's having a bit of a trouble here. Very low on health, just one touch. Oh, what? How did that even hit? Cadence wasn't prepared for the icicle to actually connect. And look at that! Yet another super! Might actually get chipped out by Kama here. There it is, the chip out! I was expecting an eruption there, but Kama just waits. It was the right call. That 5D gives him the round. Very, very interesting. And see, this is what I was saying. Like, you don't just simply look at the scores to see like how the players did in their matches. Because earlier, Cadence actually did a 2-0 and Kama, kicking Kama to the loser's bracket. But had you watched the matches earlier, this was definitely intense. And this time, look at this. Kamen Rider getting the first game. And let's see if Cadence treats this with a little bit more of care, or a little bit more of caution, per se. Because you don't really want to always be push blocking, most especially against a character like Velvet. Like, unless you're just really trying to avoid a bit more of a chip damage. But you don't really want to be push blocking too much. Because in most cases, like, you push block Velvet, you actually put her in a spot where she wants to be, in most cases. Like, where she is able to get space off of you and go back to neutral, in which she just throws out a bunch of projectiles on you. And that is extremely problematic, especially for a character like Paprika, who doesn't really have any projectile invo moves, or any form of ability that is able to phase through of Velvet's attacks. Just like that, see, like, 5C covers a lot of Paprika's attempts to go in. Look at that, even that Shatter's still putting it in a safe spot. As Kama tries to cover Teleport C, Cadence is going now for more of these Teleport Bs. Good call, but drops that belly flop. Not a problem. Oh, look at that coverage by Kama! Oh, but quite unfortunate there. Like, good 2C by Cadence, and that has a counter hit. This is going to kill. Here we are at round 2. Backdash. This is just where you want to do. It's Velvet. And there you go, the disengage, but Kamen Rider might have depended too much on the backdash there. But that was a great opportunity to actually take the offense just after that single backdash. Had he not overcommitted into backdashing like twice, probably would have been able to punish Cadence there. What a flop! Is that the reason why Cadence has been going for flops all these times? Calling out the DP? Very interesting choice there. And that was a good push block by Kama. And even that Shatter C, the confirm even after that level 2, Cadence will have to deal with this. Kama's, again, as I mentioned earlier in the first game between these two, Kamen Rider's not really the type to try to go for mix-ups here. He is very comfortable just trying to chip you out. He's very, very good at zoning here. Oh, but that 5C whip! Cadence finds an opportunity, finds the gap right there. And, you know, don't even need to go for level 2. Just one bar suffice. Gets the game. 1-1.
Paprika wins.
So yes, pretty much I think it's good that Kama tries to play around his strengths a little bit more. And I think a lot of people are familiar with Kama's progressions. Actually, notice that he's actually already working on his combos, which is really good. It's something that elevates his play even further. I think he just has to be a little bit more mindful on how he tries to disengage or uses his backdash, because it's very tempting to use his Velvet, backdashing, but you don't want to just overuse it and just keep away, because there will be some opportunities for you trying to challenge your opponent getting close to you in your face. You don't always have to press 5C to challenge them when they're approaching. You can even slap them in the face with a 5A. Maybe even a 5B. Or maybe you can slide into their DMs, as Velvet has its slide. You can do 2B. Pretty generous hitbox, I'd say. Good call by Cadence there, catching that tech roll.
Kama getting stuck into the corner. Oh, and this time Kama just sex rolls out. Tries to flop again, and Kama actually wasn't able to do anything about that. It's problematic. Or tech roll. There you go, gets called out, but just goes for a 2C meaty. And it's not quite enough to deal with Kama. Kama just opts out to go for the level 2 here. He's risking all of that, expending that meter early on, but maybe not a bad call per se. There you go, DP's out, tries to get some space. That was a good call to cover that space, like making sure that Cadence is not just able to teleport C on himself, throwing out the teleport, but this time, even though he didn't have the snowflake to cover the tele C, double KO! That is a rare occurrence there. Final round already on round 2. But I do have to commend, like, I like that Kama's throwing out those 2Ds, making sure that Cadence just doesn't go in and try to chip him out with the teleport C. But at the same time, it's also good awareness by Cadence, not just simply throwing it out there, but still finding that gap, that opportunity to hop on right in. And there you go, still covering the space. I like this this wall that Kama is building, but Cadence is just slowly trying to maneuver in it as well. Oh, and that Shatter C, such a good call, catching that 2B punish. Not so sure about that. Kama might be able to take this. Kama is going to get hit by that raw super. Goes for the basket. Just goes up for the full combo, leaving the basket behind. I'm not so sure about this decision. Maybe Cadence would have had much more had they used that basket. And Kama actually wins this out. And Kama is entering the grand final. Unfortunate for Cadence. Right there, Kama is just able to build out wall, preventing any approach that Cadence wants to go for. Really good job. Anyway, Kama, please stay in the lobby. I shall be calling Jive right in the lobby. Stay in lobby, Kama, please. Let me call Jive in. There you go. Alright. So, yeah, I'm sad to tell you guys, for those who didn't catch it, but I mentioned earlier that we are skipping Losers Final because unfortunately, Suji had to opt out because he was having connection issues. So, and he opted out when he was in Losers Final. So unfortunately, that means Winners Final didn't take place as well as Losers Final. So we're hopping straight right into Grand Final. And in this case, Jive has the advantage sitting in the winners bracket. Kama needs to beat Jive twice in a row in order to take the throne for this tournament. Jive's not gonna make it easy. I wonder if Jive will be going for Shanty here. We did see Jive play Shanty earlier on, and Jive has also expressed his intentions of using Shanty as his secondary. So I think this may be one reason maybe to cover the Velvet matchup, as Jive is an Oleander main after all. So that might be one reason. Or maybe just simply Jive wants to play another character. Regardless, I'm actually betting on seeing a Shanty here. Shanty versus Velvet. That's what I'm counting on seeing. Let's see if Jive proves me wrong. Counting on Palm. It might actually be a possibility. Jive's also been playing a little bit of Palm, but we can only guess. And until we see it, it's gonna be quite exciting though. Because Grand Final, yet we're unsure of what the characters we're going to be seeing. We're definitely going to be seeing a Velvet from Kama here. I can guarantee that. But Jive, maybe our surprise for tonight. Aside from, you know, the connection issues That was also quite a surprise. Not the surprise I wanted. And looks like
Move balls away from me.
Skyfire was right on the call. Palm is whom we're seeing for tonight. Finally, a Palm representation in the Fauna. Turns out, Palm actually exists.
I give up.
But unfortunately, the connection doesn't. Okay, we're going to be waiting for that to reconnect. What happened right there? What happened? So I'm seeing an extremely high ping on Comma's end, so I'm trying to think that this may be a connection issue on Comma's end, but looks like it's stabilizing, so we may be in for a treat still. Welcome to the Fauna, the biggest disconnecting server in Asia. Yep, even in the grand final, we still wait in anticipation. And it's killing us for the wrong reasons. Hopefully, you know, this is why I'm pretty excited for locals. And hopefully we may be seeing locals in the future. COVID actually stable. You know, the situation with regards to COVID has been becoming better. Relatively speaking. Who knows, we may be able to see some locals, and we're betting on, or at least hoping that Them's Fighting Herds will be one of the locals that we could be seeing, at least within the Philippines. Philippines have a lot of Them's Fighting Herds players, just within this tournament who participated. Ghosty, Kama Rider, Itsuji are players from the Philippines. That's already 3 out of 9. Did I miss someone? Holy smokes. If I miss someone, that'd be embarrassing. Nope, that's pretty much all the Filipino players who participate in the tournament. But, you know who else is a Filipino? Your commentator right here. Who cares? Nobody asks. But, okay, yeah, we're... Kama still seems to be having slight connection issues, but looks like he's able to ready up, and within 5 seconds, they're finally entering the character select screen. There have already been TFH locals within your area. Looking great in the US side. That's fantastic that there are locals. Not simply just locals, but Them's Fighting Herds locals happening in other places, in other countries, in other states. In some states, at least in the US. I've never been to the US, I don't know. The winner of this tournament is a connection all along. I don't know, I pretty much consider it a loser with the way it's been acting. Where the fights are supposed to be coming, and it looks like it is here. Oh, Jive takes the bait and switch and actually goes for Shanty instead. But you know whom else is taking the bait and switch? The connection yet again. We've been debated once more. I have no idea what is happening. Is this client side? I think it may be on Kama's end. Yep, yeah, I got takeoff. Is Kama, what's your connection concerns? Because holy smokes, this is not looking good. I mean, Kama was able to play with Keaton's for a while, and Jive and Keaton's are both from Singapore. I'm wondering what's causing this particular, and I'm afraid to leave the room because you know what happened when we left the lobby earlier. It just went haywire. And look at this. Yeah, that occasional spike that's happening right there is a little bit concerning, to say the least. Yeah, look at that. I do not know how to feel about this. I think we should be addressing this, but
holding on. I think this is the complete opposite of holding on the connection. Right. Sorry, I'm communicating with the player, with Comma in particular now over the phone. Maybe you should reconnect. What's happening? We just have too many issues over the Fauna. Can't we just have a local now? Can't we just have a local now? No! There's nothing happening. What? You're saying they finished 2 fights? It didn't even show us connecting at all. What? We didn't see a single fight. No fights happened. Not even a connecting screen happened. They said they've got their fights. This is wonky. You know what? Put on hold those fights. Send the replays. Send the replays. No. This is... Yeah, we're going Rivals of Asia style. We're going Rivals of Asia style right here. That's what we're going to be doing. Because I'm not continuing this stream without seeing some fights. We've already lost too much time, too many fights. We're streaming fights here, boyos. I can't take much more of this. So no, we're going to be watching games, whether you guys like it or not. I'm leaving the lobby. I'm risking it. I don't care. I want to see some games. Okay. Here we go.
Rival style.
Let me just make sure the settings turned off. Everything. Let me take that off. Yeah, everything seems to be working. Alright.
I'm trying to.
Ready? Fight.
To me, lass.
Alright, and this is the palm gameplay that Jive has. And looks like Jive's having a slight issue threading in, but using the dog as a shield. Or at least a means to get in. JC actually connecting, but no confirm and no continuation off of that. The dog's just being left behind though. That's one of the things that's pretty hard to control with Pong. Like, you call out the dog, but as soon as you're trying to get close, you're having trouble to push your dog with you. And there you go, finally, Jive calling out the dog with a 5d5p. But it's not that easy, not that simple. How much is utilizing the space? He's feeling pretty comfortable just being by this corner. But finally, the JC, the 2C connecting, using the dog to hit out Kama's attempts at getting out there. And a good pickup by Jive. Oh, but there you go, Kama Rider has pretty much taken down Jive right there.
Round 2. Fight.
Here, boy. Wonderful. Spectacles. Beautiful.
Right there. This time, Jive's actually opting to try to use Pilot Pop. See how he tried to utilize that. Oh, tries to use it
In that gap, but actually that's in time for Shatter Seed to hit the dog.
Okay. I think Jive called out the dog a little bit late there. Kama able to punish right there. No level 2, there's no meter for that. And I think that's a good call, trying to disengage because Mama Dog is right there. Have to be very careful. Finally trying to use the dog out, but gets hit, so the attack just cancels out. One of the things, like, yes, you may find that gap where you're able to use the dog, but it can just be pretty much denied it once you get hit. And there you go, the jab out, mash up by Kama.
Survival
Taking out
of the
Jive.
beautiest.
Kama takes that first game.
Velvet wins.
We're moving on to game number 2, and in this case,
Can't be just declaring
Jive
easy
died
winner.
with his palm.
Thus, he
Maybe I have to
switches
take
out
what's mine.
to his shanty.
Ready? Fight!
Wonderful. Icicle.
Actually, already getting a bit of meter there. I think was pretty much expecting Kama to play a little bit more passively, using that as an opportunity to buy meter. I think it's actually a pretty good call because Shanty's option just really increases if you have that magic. So it just basically already instantly gives you access to wall cling. You can use Helm Break in your string. You can use that to standstill, even to
Getting started.
basically do something with your heads, like your bulkhead. You can like cancel your 6C. And look at that, just empty Helm Breaker. And I'm not sure if that was a wise decision. Kama Rider just sends him away with the level 1. That's not going to kill, but that Snowflake will be doing it.
You may have my autograph now.
Round 2. Fight!
How does Jive do this? Oh, this time he goes a little bit more greedy, getting 3 bars. And he does get a little bit hit from that, but he has already gotten his magic meter. So maybe pleased with this exchange. Hard knockdown, tries to go for the full jump AC. Oh, and the DP out. In the face, 5C whips. And Jive takes his turn. Knockdown yet again. And this time a 2B. But yet again, Kama is just not just willing to going for DPs here. But Jive's going to be hyper aggressive. Just immediately walks into right into him. Oh, it tries to use that wall cling. Kama was able to get off for a split second there, but as soon as Jive went for the Helm Breaker, Kama just wasn't sure where to block.
Final round. Fight!
Number 2, yet again, Jive just keeps going for that, building up the magic. He's just basically punishing Kama in a way for playing too passively there, not calling out his calls. And I think that might have been a DP input. The Kama had misinputted that into a win. It's a level 2! I was surprised. I actually was thinking that Jive might have been going for just level 1 hard knockdown there, but he was willing to use that a bit of meter magic. Just a run C and actually catches a Kama a bit off that run B, and almost could have killed! And just a sliver of health here. Kama has to play for his life right here. But just one touch will be the end of it. Jive might actually just go for a Cutlass C here. And then super. I think he might just do it. Or maybe just the Cutlass C in itself is going to do the job.
And there you go, Jive takes game number 2. And that was a replay. Because we weren't able to see those fights for some reason. So let me get back to the lobby. Alright. Thank you for waiting. We've streamed your matches.
Hopefully, I don't get kicked off this time. Was probably desyncing earlier for a moment. Oh no. Okay. Maybe oh yes? Oh no. Look at that countdown timer. It's moving extremely slow. That's not normal. Oh, I just realized I'm not showing the scoreboard, but it's been there. Please? Okay, thank you. And start. Are we going to be able to spectate the match this time? Please? Thank you. We've suffered enough as it is. Oh, the FGC gods, please bestow us your blessing. Let us see some matches. Let us see the end of this game. For heaven's sake, we've suffered too much. Steam server, please let us in. Door stuck? Door stuck? Please! I don't think the game wants us to see the fight. I don't think the game wants us to see the fights. I think they just don't want us to see the
Are you
fights.
prepared
I think
for
it's going to disconnect just like
magnificence?
earlier. Yeah, it just...
Me there to take what's mine.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh wait, never mind. Look at that speed up. I think we're gonna get disconnected here a bit.
Beautiful.
Look at that, the immediate wall cling by Jive. A little bit of a brave play this time, but doesn't work out. And Kama just sends him away. But you know, nothing stops Jive from just hyper going in.
Don't touch.
And I think the only thing that would make Jive look like he's stopping is this wonderful connection that we're having. Yeah. Yeah. It just won't let us spectate. It just won't let us spectate. You know what? Yeah, you fuck it. We're we're doing this Rivals of Eater style. Fuck it. Really sorry. But just send us replays. we're the gods hate us today. Training montage while we wait. What do we even do?
Take your pick.
I don't know why this is happening.
Give me strength.
I don't know why this is happening. Let me beat up an Oleander to make myself pleased. Just me doing training mode. Learn air movement combos? What does that even mean? Oh, by the way, did you know that Tianho is a do Ash loops? Yeah, we could do that.
Cyclone fire kick. Turning winds. Crash. Ash. Hi-ya. Hi-ya. Crash. Ash. Hi-ya. Crash. Hi-ya. Ash. Yeah. Hi-ya.
I drop. Okay. Just like my life. One replay at that time, send them, then just keep playing. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Just Ash Loop stream. That'll be very boring. Did I have mentioned that before? You know what? This is not my stream. This is not my this is not my stream to talk about this. This is not my stream to talk about this. I shouldn't be talking too much about that. Alright, let's just watch these replays, the sick ass replays, if they're matches,
Are
which
you
we don't know the
prepared for
outcome of because I'm
magnificence?
making sure you guys don't know.
Dare to
Anyway,
take what's mine.
here we go.
Round 1.
This is game number 3. And just like what we saw earlier, and this time we did see that, yes, Jive goes in a little bit of a risky play there, a bit of a ballsy play, as I think I described earlier. Going for that wall cling immediately and goes for the, what's the B? I forgot what you call that, but basically the wall B. And Shatter is the one that just works out, but look at that, Kama just played a great use of DP and that. Wow, that mash out actually stuffs Cutlass C away. But this time blocking it, and Jive's approach won't be working this time. The harpoon yet, that thing.
Not worth the effort.
Alright.
Round 2.
I think that round went pretty quickly. Look at that, the double backdash, but Kama just backdashes rapidly there, so that Cutlass C completely evaded. Oh, look at that 6A! Actually, I think 6A was a very good button to use there because not only it was basically a mash out and like to stuff something, but it basically also prevents 6C. Because 6C's hurt box moves 6C basically moves Shanty's hurt box upwards, and 6C is actually one of the good ways to catch that. I think Kama would have been in trouble though had Jive gone for force instead.
Moving backwards with the goat walk. Or the bulkhead, sorry. I'm not. I like calling it the goat walk.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a goat walk?
Candy goat.
Waltz, I guess. Like that.
Could have gone for the kill there, but Jive just decides to sit down in front of Kama for a hot minute there. And he just really wants to do this frame trap for great reason.
And that's that.
Nevertheless, that
Gets him the round, and we're
That was
seeing a round number 3.
Final round. Fight.
Beautiful.
for the hype, yes. That icy Shatter Ape gets blocked. Jive playing too hyper aggressive with the cutlasses. Trying to hop in right here. Shatter C, and look at that push block into super. Basically trying to call out Jive for something, and Jive fails to block it for some reason. Oh, but look at that! That JC crosses up Kama, and the short hop JC is really hard to deal with that. Like, after hard knockdowns, really hard to figure out like what mix Shanty will be going for. It just has a lot of options to work with. But has to be very careful with the 5Cs here. Kama is becoming slightly reckless here, but unable to confirm off of that completely. But that backdash 5C
Is going to allow Kama to continue. That is 2-1. Alright. No news on the next game yet. We haven't received a replay yet. Maybe they're still working on that. But that was looking pretty dandy. Pretty sick, I'd say. Kama's definitely making some adjustments. Playing a little bit more patient. Has to be very careful with these 5Cs though, but as long as Jive's not really Punishing Kama for whipping these 5Cs. Kama can pretty much get away with pressing that still continuously, despite how many times
Jive goes
to crouch or goes for 2B. I think that's something that we're going to be expecting or we'll be seeing in the next replay. Maybe Jive going more for these lows with these 2Bs to try to get in on
Kama, because Kama's become a bit more aware.
But let's find out. Okay. Hold on. Let me just try to remove all that chat for 1 minute. It's been compressed too much. Okay. Refresh that. And, ooh, this is quite interesting.
Just break the ice.
Look at that.
Like my pa always
Jive
says, pride
has
don't
opted to
look
play
before a
Arizona.
honey whooping.
Ready? Fight.
In Arizona this time, unable to completely confirm that Stomp A, but that was a good call catching Kama. Has to be a little bit faster with that Stomp C to completely convert off of it though. And yeah, that 5 is not good. That 5B is not good to reach. That will be giving Jive stock of magic. Oh, the dash in, try to chase Kama out of that tech roll. And look at that, just a run in 6B. This is what Jive does best. Just runs in front of you and just make sure he's making a mess. Look at that. Oh, but Kama is just going to make sure. Oh, look at that magic headbutt! The super! Did you see that push block into super?
Oh, but look at that wake up super as well. Catches Kama mid backdash.
Kicking, stopping, and kicking.
That was a pretty good push block into super done by Kama there though. However, Jive also relentless in his own sense, going for the raw super and wake up. Look at that magic headbutt. Yeah, one thing that how do I put this? One thing that Arizona really has good in this matchup against Velvet is her magic headbucks, because a lot of the strings that Velvet has just pretty much has that gap in the middle of it, which normally is not really easy to punish, or if not really punishable by some characters unless they have resources. In Arizona's case, magic headbutt just goes through it. Like for instance, if you try to go for like 5C into Shatter A, but then Arizona goes for magic headbutt, you just get hit as Velvet. Like you might hit Arizona for a split second there with that Shatter A, but she has armor. And I think if you want to call that out, if you want to call it the magic headbutt, you might want to opt out for... I don't know what exactly happened there. Maybe that's what you have to opt out for, an icicle with a hit together with it to basically nullify the armor. But I think a lot of Velvet players would be opting out for Magic DP in this case. Not only does it put Velvet into an invulnerable state for a few frames, but it also is a multi-hit. So it basically removes the armor of Arizona. And since, you know, the next few hits will push through, it basically stops Arizona's magic headlock. So that is one of the ways you can deal with it as Velvet in this matchup particularly. But if you're not utilizing that DP in your strings to call out the magic headlock, you are going to have a hard time. Oh, that whiff rope was not punished at all. But that dash-in attempt by Jive will be, and so will that. Wow, Kama able to reset the bracket right there. And there you have it. Okay, let's see if they're done with the next match. Alright, I just be putting an okay hand there to signify that I'm done watching their match. But wow, Kama basically reset the bracket already, folks. So, looks like we're going to be seeing more than we hope. Because at least in this case, because we did miss a lot of matches, we've been delayed so much, I wanted to see more games. Kama resetting the bracket in the grand final. Jive has to play for his life. Alright, yeah, we're still waiting. Still no replay because they're still probably fighting, or maybe it's just about to wrap up. But this is, I have to say, this is the first time
We've seen Kama get up right here because, how do I put this? I don't think I've seen Kama in the grand finals in any tournament. Kama did win a Lambs tournament. Oh yeah, was that a double elimination? Was that a round robin? I forgot it. But I believe this is one of a few times I've actually just seen Kama in the grand final. And actually in this case, fighting from the loser's bracket and resetting it. This is definitely a historical moment, I'd say. Kama's showing some great progress in his play. It's quite exciting. Now, obviously, you know, we still have to state the obvious here. Jive's not playing his mains. He's played Palm, he's played 2 games of Shanty, and now he's played Arizona against Kama. But we all know that Jive's main is Oleander. So, I think once Jive hops right into that Oleander, then Kama will have to be much more on his toes, keeping an eye of like what Jive's gunning for, because that's where the real match begins, I'd say. Right, we're still waiting for that. Looks like the games are going pretty long. Sorry, I'm trying to see. I mean, as long as they haven't sent a replay, I think that means they haven't finished their game. I'm really sorry that we have to do it this style, but at the very least, this way, I can guarantee you that we get to spectate some matches. Oh, you know, guys are fine with that. We did already miss a few games. Like supposedly, we were going to have the fight between 42 and Electra. Fortunately, 42 had to bail out, or rather, not show up. Rather, it was Hitsuji who had to bail out due to connection errors. But hopefully next time we'll be having a better flow with the games. There were definitely some mixed issues here. Like I think majorly that the one that caused most of our trouble at the start was the server issue. I am with 100% certainty that was server side. Thus, we couldn't do anything about that. But later on, unfortunately, it seemed to be a bit more of a client-side issue. I'm not sure if this one in particular is still a client-side issue.
But regardless, they're able to run their games. So we'll just have to find a way to spectate these games. And speaking of these games, we've already received the next game. Let me just transfer that file real quick. Alright. And here we have it. Whee! That's the wrong transition, but who cares?
Pink
And there you go. Jai finally going for his main in the grand final reset. Let's see how Kama deals with it. As I've said, we're expecting Kama to be having a bit more trouble here. Jai is not just a simple Oleander main player. He is arguably the strongest Oleander player in Asia. So this is something that Kama has to do with. I know Ryuko-sen is watching right there in the chat. But I did say Asia. And Oceania is not Asia. Alright, and looks like already, see, Kama's already having a bit of an issue. Already down to his health, but he's able to send Jive away still, so this is still not certainly the end, but until that JC connects, I think this is monumentally difficult for Kama Rider. Jive will not be going for a kill here, but that 2C Miri will do the work for him.
Logical outcome, really.
Takes first round.
Ryu isn't here.
Sure, he isn't.
Shatterby round start, not really something you'd like to go for too often. As I've said, yeah, Kama's pretty notorious for going for these Shatterby round starts. I've already expressed like what else you can be doing instead of these Shatterbees if you really want to go for a call out. But I want to emphasize that most particularly in this matchup, Oleander wouldn't really be dashing right into your face. I mean, I guess with a dash in 5A would work, but I think that might actually be stopping Shatterby in the first place rather than getting it out. For this, Fred is out. Look at that combo. And unfortunately, Kama's just tried to zone out of that, and Jive's just gonna deny him completely. And look at this, Kama's just gone on full desperation trying to get out of that situation. But certainly not the way around it. We're moving on to game number 2. And we already have the replay for game number 2. So let me just transfer that real quick. You guys will be seeing it for a hot minute.
Oleander wins.
This is game number 2.
Pink highlights. So last season. Pretty hair won't save our world.
It saves my world. Right.
Round 1. Fight!
Alright, there you go.
Spark, and Kama evades it, but able to pick up Jive with Eruption, but Jive still persists on getting those magic stocks and is able to teleport right in, using this as a pressure for Kama. Slight drop there, unable to disabling Jive from gaining that magic return. Yet again, another drop. A little bit of something you wouldn't expect from Jive, but it is happening as well. Look at this Booby combo. At least this time able to pick it up. You see, and wow, goes for the magic spark. Wants to steal all that meter as much as possible, playing hyper aggressive on and greedily with the magic meter, or rather the super meter. I think Jive wants to go for Fred as quick as possible. It's just what he's gunning for. Oh, look at that. See, even the strings, he's trying to just gain as much meter as he can. Kama will be punishing him for these small gaps, these small mistakes. Let's phase out, but so will Jive with that spark.
Kama missing out on that.
Gets hit to death.
Round 2.
And I believe this next touch by Jive, once Jive gets a touch on Kama,
A minor setback.
he will be getting that level 2. We will be seeing Fred, and I think it is about time. As soon as that launch, spark, and there you go, Fred is out, immediately canceling it, not even go for damage, not wanting to give Kama much meter. Now, steals a bit of that meter. Oh, and evades that DP! Like, as soon as he lands, he just pops right over him and uses Fred to punish Kama. I think that was really smart. Fred has been out for so long, Jai's been using a lot of strings that use magic, but that whip gave Kama a little bit of time. Level 2. Kama is low, but he may be able to get this chance. Fred is out. And Jive has no magic. Kama has to be more careful with using his magic here, and look at that! Tries to go for the whip punish. Kama was able to block, but not an instant block, not negating those chip damages. And Jive taking game number 2 of the reset. And folks, it's time for us to find out. Is the next game the last one? Or will we see Kama actually fight for it? That's not the replay yet, sorry. Alright, here we go. Hope you didn't catch that.
So last season. Pretty hair won't save our world.
It saves my world. Right.
Round 1. Fight.
Alright, and yet again, look at this! Jive's just able to buy a lot of magic that for free. He was able to get 3 stocks right off the bat. Kama needs to find a way to deal with that because this is allowing Jive a lot of offensive power. And this is what you don't want, Oleander, to just get out those magics for free. So, look at that. Yeah, Jive yet again, just hopping right in, teleport D. I think that, teleport D, that's pretty risky. But he was able to get out of that for free. Smart yet again, and just reads in front of Kama. I'm not so sure about this greedy play by Jive, if it's going to be paying out for him. But a lot of these sparks will be catching Kama, and looks like he's going to pick up from that. Nice chapter trap right from behind. This backdash 5A catches him right there. And this is dead for Kama, unless he drops. There you go. Jive might actually just try to go for Magic Spark here. I think that's what he's gunning for. At least a Teleport D. There you go, Tele D. He just really wants to get as much meter as he can. He's squeezing the living hell out of Kama Rider here. But still a little bit away from that level 2. And he might not be getting that so soon unless Kama gets a hit on him and gets for level 1. You have to be really careful on how you use your attacks, like your super in Velvet's case, in Paprika's case, in Oleander's case, because in Max JD their super just gives a shit ton of meter to your opponent, and they can use that. Like, look at this. Immediately Jive is already 2.5 bars. When he was just sitting about a bar and a half earlier before that level 1 and level 2 hit. And the thing is, this may be to Kama's downfall, because once Jive gets a hit, we're going to be seeing Fred out. And here he goes. And this time, you see, the awareness of Jive here, this is the decision making that you have to be doing here. Like, Jive decides not to go for the full level 1, cancels it immediately even though he could have gotten more damage out of it, because he realizes that if he lets go of that level 1, Kama's just gonna get a lot of meter, and he doesn't want that. Even then, still, see, Kama's still able to drop a level 1, but looks like the one, oh, just mashes out of there, but unfortunately, with the drop, oh, evades that. He might get chipped out here. Not even a punish from that eruption attempt, and Jive closes it up, showing off how terrifying his Oleander can be. And there you go. That is a 3-0 on the reset. Jive finally displaying the power of Oleander. Alright! That was some good games though. Like, I still think that Kama's definitely leveled up from his play from before. Jive maybe still very hard for Kama to deal with. However, it's not going to be so simple for the other players anymore when they're going to be fighting Kama. Kama has anteed it up. Anyway, I think we should be closing that up now. Sorry, we're still stuck in this replay. So yes, let's take a look at the bracket just to see where we've landed off. Let me just switch it up right there. That's not the transition I wanted, but you know what? That's fine. Everything today has been shit anyway, so might as well. Alright, so for this week's champion, or this bi-weekly champion, is Jive, our Oleander player from Singapore. But he's shown that he's not only able to play Oleander, but he's shown some Palm and Shanty plays as well, even in Arizona. So, interesting place right there. Kama fighting his way into the grand final reset, through the final reset. but unable to clinch it out against Jive's Oleander, but nevertheless showing some really strong games this time around. For third place, Hitsuji, really unfortunate he had to drop off the tournament earlier on due to connection issues. Hopefully, the next time, life would be more forgiving. And Kaden sitting in fourth place, another Paprika player from Singapore. Great. Good games from everyone. Also, I'd like to thank for everyone else's participation. Electra X, our Velvet from India, Arnab, our Arizona from Malaysia, Feli Oleander, our also Oleander player from Taiwan, and Ghosty, our new Paprika player from the Philippines. Thank you very much for your participation, and hopefully we'll see you guys following times. Now, don't worry too much about the results or performances. It's all about the experience as well. And speaking of experience, I do have to say tonight's experience, let's be frank, it wasn't very pleasant. We had server issues. We had connection issues. It was basically a whole cluster of chaos. And I'd like to thank everyone for being patient in dealing these problems with us tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't be having these issues next time. Anyway, I'd just like to say before we end... Oh shit, now I use that transition. Come on. Yeah. We try to make do with things. We try to find our way around that. Okay, but before we end the stream tonight, I do have some announcements to make regarding State of the Fauna and the events that we're having. So first off, I'd like to address the State of the Warm-Up series. And basically, most of the Fauna members are already familiar with this. But unfortunately, the Warm-Up series is put on hold due to family-related issues that Banana Soup is facing. So, since Banana Soup is the organizer and the overall head of this tournament series, this is his event after all. It will be put on hold as he is currently out of commission due to, as I've stated, family-related issues. So, I'd like to ask everyone, and let's all send our best wishes to him and his mother. So again, to reiterate, the warm-up tournament series is on a hiatus for now. But please await for follow-up news about this in the future. You can check on our Discord and our Twitter for those news. So, with that, of course, I think one of the events that it's been looked forward to within the Fauna is the warm-up, because that's basically our major tournament. So, what shall be our upcoming events then? We haven't announced any other events. We've only been having the weeklies and the warm-ups. So, without the warm-up, what comes? Well, I'd like to inform everyone that this Saturday, on November 8th at 3 p.m. Korean time, wait, sorry, is the music doubling? No, it's fine actually, never mind, it's not doubling. It's just on my end, I guess. Anyway, before I interrupted myself, yeah, on November 8th at 3 p.m. Korean time, Free-for-Fall Fights shall be making its return. I think some of our older members are a bit more familiar with the Free-for-Fall Fights. This is a casual event primarily hosted by CDP Gamer. This is actually his event. This is an event wherein all players can volunteer to play a best-of-3 match to be spectated for an exhibition. So this is basically just an open exhibition match. Like, CDP Gamer and maybe his co-host will be sitting on the shrine on Spectate and ask people, well, who wants to play some games? And you can be like, well, me and Jive want to play some games. You can do a best of 3 there. You hop on the shrine, we watch the game, they commentate, we all have a good time. So that is the whole idea of the Free-for-Fall Fights. There's no need to register for the Free-for-Fall Fights. We don't have any registration for this. Simply, if you wish to join, you just have to jump into the Asia Pixel lobby and request to be on video. That's simply it. So it's just extremely casual. There's nothing at stake. It's just an exhibition match. Like, you just want to have fun and have it streamed, have it commentated maybe. You just want to play around. That's the whole idea. We do want to specify, like, while this is not really a region-locked event, we prioritize players with a lower ping with us. So most likely we'll be prioritizing players in Asia for this, or players who have good ping with each other. Anyway, casual matches will only be for about an hour long, and afterwards, after the 1 hour, we actually run assault mines, which is also part of the free for fall fights because we're fighting for salt. If you want more information about this, CDP Gamer will be making an announcement on this. About this on the Fauna Discord, further detailing the event. So make sure to check the Discord server. Again, there's no need to register. Just be there in the Pixel lobby at 3 p.m. Korean time. Check your time zones. 3 p.m. Korean time. Korean time is GMT plus 9.
Anyway, what else do we have? We do have another
event, and this one is very new. Nobody's heard of this before. Unless you have some secret info for some reason. However, we have a new sudden event. Let me introduce to you a harsh format, Survival of the Fittest. This is a single elimination best of one tournament. Yes, you heard that right. That's a best of one single elimination. This tournament has no rooms for mistakes. You lose one match, and it's all over. We'll be running this event on November 13th. That is a Saturday at 4 p.m. Korean time. So, being a harsh format, we are preparing some prizes for this as an incentive if you perform well in the tournament. So, if you get some placings, there will be some prizes. But we will still finalize these details within this weekend. So, please stand by for further details on the prizes. However, the event format itself is finalized. This is just still pretty much for fun. I don't think people should be taking this event too highly because single elimination best of one is a very, very harsh format. This is our first time running this event, so we wish to test the waters by leaving it non-region locked. This tournament is open to all regions, not only to Asia, Oceania, East Russia, but if you're from NA, EU, SA, whichever region you are from, you may participate in this event if you'd like to. Obviously, knowing that this is a non-region locked tournament and you'll be fighting people across, the world, be expecting some ping issues. But again, this is just for fun. It's a first to one non-region lock. It is absolutely crazy. I just want to set your expectations already. It's going to be wacky because it is first to one, and it's non-region locked, so you may be facing people with random ping. I also want to emphasize that the seeding will be randomized, so we will not be looking at like a player match with this and that. We're going to completely randomize the seeding. This is to test the waters. We've never had this event before, so we want to test it out. Obviously, we may be making changes in the future, but for now, this is how it is. What we will be finalizing are the prizes, because, maybe it'll be fun if you get something out of this event if you win it somehow. Anyway, again, Survival of the Fittest will be held on November 13th at 4 p.m. Korean time. If you wish to participate, the registration is right there. !SOTF. We'll be asking this to be advertised somewhere else. But again, we might make changes about this event in the future. Just keep in mind, it is open to everyone if you're crazy to participate this. Alright. That being mentioned, another event that we have to cite is the Lambs. This is the Fauna's Beginners to Intermediate Tournament. This is kind of like our version of Glue Cup. Glue Cup, I think, is very more familiar to people from NA, SA, and EU, which is their Beginners Tournament. The Fauna also runs its own Beginners too, but we include Intermediate because our player base is much smaller despite combining Asia and Oceania. Basically, the Asia Pacific combined still has a small player base, comparatively speaking. But again, if for you have never heard of the Lambs before, this is held monthly, and this is an opportunity for players to get accustomed to a competitive scene while being matched against players around their skill level. This is again, more focus on the beginners and slight intermediate. Registration has been open since last month actually, and it still goes. So if you wish to participate, the lambs, registration is right there, the smash.gg. That is on November 20th, Sunday at 4 p.m. Wait, Sunday? No, Saturday. I'm sorry, I made a mistake on the night bot right there, but that is a Saturday. That is on November 20th at 4 p.m. Korean time. I do want to emphasize that, again, this is a beginners to intermediate tournament. Thus, certain players will be... how do I put this? Yeah, players will be... What's the term I'm looking for? Yeah, some players will be barred from participating in this tournament. So, don't worry, you wouldn't be expecting to see players like Tailnick, Zakira, Jive within this tournament. Anyway, just keep that in note. If you wish to make sure you're not part of the list, check it on the Smash.gg page. It's right over there. So yes, those are events that are upcoming. Again, Free for Fall fights this Saturday. Survival of the Fittest on next Saturday. And the Lambs next Saturday. So those are the events upcoming. I'm not stretching the stream. I'm talking about the events. I can't stretch the stream. What the shit. Anyway, so those are events that are upcoming. And anyway, again, I'd like to congratulate Jai for winning tonight's tournament. I'd like to express my appreciation for everyone who had to go through this ordeal with us. Anyway, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for our lovely viewers tonight. This was Gaijin, the Bread Eater, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye-bye!